Wolves and Arsenal here at Molineux. We're in the West Midlands for this Saturday tea time. What we hope feast of football. We're looking at teams who are at 6th place and 8th place respectively. Wolves in 6th place against Arsenal. There was something like a 6-7 point gap back between the two clubs as there's a little bit of blustery wind winging its way around, blowing its way around Molineux tonight. Of course, there's no fans here, of course, for very obvious reasons. But we hope for a good game of football this afternoon for your Saturday evening audio pleasure. And of course, we've got some of our virtual FA Cup coverage. We've got highlights of 4 matches from our supplementary third round coverage to come later on. That's being previewed about 8:30, 9 o'clock this evening. So there's a premiere for that. So stick around for that afterwards. But it's live football tonight, and it's real life. And it's Wolverhampton Wanderers against Arsenal, coming to you live here from Molineux. Seen of many great matches that we've brought to you here on this channel over the last sort of 18 months. One memorable game that sticks out here is the atmospheric one that we had against Manchester City around about Christmas time, just after Christmas, where it was just a commentator's dream. We won. The game was won 3-2 by Wolves, having trailed 2-0 against 10 men, you may remember, in those days. And now we're looking forward to bring you live coverage of this one tonight, and we're looking forward to enjoying this now. The atmosphere is absolutely superb, and I can't wait to bring you this one utterly and completely live. JB Sports here at Molineux for a big game. Again, the comment section is open for business. Please keep your comments clean and all that jazz. We've got a lot to get through tonight. We're just waiting on the teams to arrive here at arrive onto the pitch at Molineux. They were warming up earlier, and one or two things. There's 1 or 2 significant changes in the Arsenal side, which amazed me really when you look at the calibre of their bench. And Russ, who's been following Leeds at you-know-where this afternoon. His side won a crucial championship game. We may be able to look at Leeds next season in the Premier League as well. Right, well, anyway, let's have a look at the 2 teams. I'm sure you want to look at the team news. I'll give you the team news more for you later on, but before the start. But let's look at the 2 11s. Patricio is in goal for Wolves. That is Bowley, Cody, Saiss, Doherty, Dendoncker, Neves, Martinho, Johnny Castro-Otto, Adama Traore and Jimenez. Also lined up with Martinez in goal, Mustafi, David Luiz, who's been the scourge of some criticism, Konashniak, Cedric, Cabellos, Xhaka, Tierney, Xhaka, Nketiah and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The referee, well, this is sort of a backstory to this, really. Michael Oliver, the man at the centre of that scandalous goal that wasn't given for Spurs in our last live match. Well, he's in charge of proceedings here tonight. As we just see Nuno Santo just sit on that very, very... There's 3 heated seats in the bench. Some of the substitutes now sit in the stand because of the social distancing. And Wolves are coming out through the director's box. Again, it's all about social distancing with everything that's going on with COVID-19 at the moment. But let me give you those teams again. So Patricio in goal for Wolves. Willy Boly, Conor Cody, Saiss, Doherty, Dendoncker, Neves, Martinho, Otto, Traore and Jimenez. The substitutes, I'll give you the full list. Ruddy, Jordal, Neto, Morgan Gibbs-White, Diego Jota, Vigari, Campana, Kilman and Burr. For Arsenal, led by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, just going down the steps there. It's Martinez in goal, Mustafi, Luiz, Konashniak, Cedric, Cabellos, Xhaka, Tierney, Xhaka, Nkita and Aubameyang on the bench for them. Macy, Bellerin, Pastamtopoulos, Alexander Lacazette, I'm amazed that he's still going on the bench, as Wolves now just about to come out onto the field. Xhaka, so Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Rob Holding, Reece Nelson and Joe Willock. Let me run through the officials. As I said, Michael Ober, the man at the centre of that scandalous VAR decision up at Bramall Lane a couple of days back. He's the man in charge of tonight's game. Two assistants are Stuart Burr and Dan Cook. Fourth official is Andre Marinoff from just down the road, in fact, in Birmingham. Fourth official, the reserve official, should we need it, is Craig Taylor, and the VAR ref at Stockport. Let's hope he doesn't make any controversial decisions tonight. That's Paul Tierney. And we're all set to go. They're just going to run through the motions to go through there while playing the Premier League theme tune. And a very deserted Molineux, and they're clapping and all sorts here. And Crazy Pizza Gaming, nice to have you back with us. It's been a while, hasn't it? You can't believe that Manchester United in the top four. Well, if you haven't listened earlier, Bournemouth were beaten 5-2 by Manchester United. Martial has hit 20 goals. Anthony Martial, in fact, has hit 20 goals now this season. I think it's the first time in his career he's ever done that, actually, Martial. So that's quite a good one there. Let's before we start the game, there's a few results I need to bring you from the Premier League. We'll give you Championship a little bit later on. So the fixtures. So we're going to look at Premier League. So there's been 3 games that have been played today as we prepare for kick-off here. Norwich 0, Brighton 1. I think that could be one game too far now for Norwich. I think they could well be doomed to the Championship next season. Brighton have done their survival prospects no harm at all. Trossard scored the goal on 25 minutes, deciding the lunchtime kick-off. And I think it could, and I think that could be a very, very big blow for Norwich. Leicester 3, Crystal Palace 0. Iheanacho and 2 goals for Jamie Vardy in the second half have sunk Crystal Palace, who were going well at one point a couple of games ago, but have obviously lost to my team in midweek, and now I've succumbed at Leicester. Vardy scoring his 100th and 101st league goals for Leicester in the Premier League, and they're well in with a shout of a top 4 finish there. So they won 3-0, and of course that Manchester United game, Greenwood with 2, Rashford with 1, Martial getting his 20th goal of the season, Bruno Fernandes, Stanislas and King from the penalty spot for Bournemouth, and they look in big trouble now. In the Championship, before we kick off, Derby 1, Notts Forest 1, Blackburn 1, Leeds 3, Brentford 3, Wigan 0, Bristol City 0, Cardiff 1, Fulham 1, Birmingham 0, Huddersfield Preston 0-0, Luton 0, Reading 5, and Stoke 4, Barnsley 0. They're all full times. We're all set to go here at Molineux. It's Wolves in the Old Gold. They're just counting down here now, as they now seem to do in these games since lockdown since the football has become unsuspended here. They take the lead. They take the well-known knee salute now, and will, in a second or two, start the game. Michael Loibert poised to get this match up and running, and away we go then. Wolves in the Old Goal, as I said, and Arsenal in those red and white shirts. There's probably about 200 or 300 people inside Molineux. We're used to seeing things like 20 or 30,000 Wolves fans as the ball spread in there, and out came Martinez inside the first seconds. Traore had made a tremendous run forward through the centre, and out came Martinez, who's in for the injured Bernd Leno, who hurt himself, you may remember, at Brighton a couple of weeks ago. And that was almost a very quick start there for Wolves. Sai's now on the ball down the left-hand side. Back in field once again, and now number 8, Ruben Neves, gets possession. And now Cody plays the ball across the deck. This is a good start, this from Wolves. They've come out with all guns blazing here. Arsenal, you don't know what you're going to expect from them. They're a team from what I've seen, I've tended to blow hot and cold. Wolves have beaten in the last 5. Won at Villa last week. Arsenal have won 3 and lost 2 of their 5. Although they did win 4-0 against Norwich on Wednesday, which was quite a good result. And they were expected to win quite easily. Wolves sit 6th before the start of play with 52 points. Arsenal 8th with 46 points. So the pressure more you feel on Arsenal than Wolves this afternoon, although Wolves, with their brilliant home form, unbeaten in 5, you've got to make them the red-hot favourites here today, and that's no disrespect to Arsenal. It's just the fact that Wolves are in much better form as compared to Arsenal, who are in a bit of an indifferent spell at the moment. This is second for Arsenal. And the turbulent season, they had Unai Emery at the start, and then he lost his job. And then Mikel Arteta took the reins up. It's not his squad. I think it'd be early for plenty of Arsenal fans to judge Mikel Arteta. It's not his team, but there was a few eyebrows raised at David Luiz's performance when the season reconvened after lockdown at Manchester City. He put in a very, very poor performance, got sent off in the game, and was at fault for quite a lot of what went wrong for Arsenal. He took a lot of blame, and a lot of Arsenal fans were saying then that he should never play another game, and then sensationally 2 days later he signs a new contract. So the politics around Arsenal at the moment is there for all to see. Anyway, I'm very well, Crazy Pizza. I'm very, very well indeed. Keep commenting and keep your comments nice and clean. Crazy's also said that it's going to finish 1-1, so he's made his predictions very clear. Hopefully we'll hear from Ross, we'll hear from Mike, our resident Arsenal fan. We'll hear from Trevor Sports as well, hopefully, and Sue, and several of the others as the evening progresses, of course. Hope you've been enjoying the virtual Euros on Trevor Sports as we see Traore burst through in the opening stages. I think that would have been one of the quickest goals I think we've ever seen in the Premier League. Just needed a better contact when he tried to flick it over Martinez's head. Martinez stood up big and made a really good save there. 3.5 minutes gone here at Molineux. It's Wolves 0, Arsenal 0. The game live coming to you from a very, very quiet Molineux now, because of course all the Premier League matches now, from now to the end of this season at least, are being played behind closed doors because of the social distancing rules that Messrs Chris Whitty and Boris Johnson have put in place at the moment in our great nation of ours. And of course, it's also the day that you can actually now watch football in a pub. A lot of pubs in England have reopened, and I know 1 or 2 people have made a beeline for the pub. Very much with social distancing in mind, of course, and everything else. So if you're listening to the commentary in a pub, just keep your distance. Enjoy yourself by all means, but keep your distance at all times. Anyway, 0-0 is the scoreline. If you just joined us, as the ball played forward towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but the ball will fall very kindly, in fact, for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, or for Rui Patricio rather, to gather up and take possession. He's had a great season in that Wolves goal, Patricio. Of course, the season's still alive for Wolves in every sense of the word, because yes, they're out of both domestic cup competitions, but they're in there with a real chance of winning the Europa trophy as well. They've played some really good stuff in that, and have deserved their place in the quarterfinals. So they've still got a chance of winning some silverware for the first time since 1980, major silverware, and also battling to get into those Champions League places. Pressure will be on them a little bit because of Manchester United's win today against Bournemouth, and then Chelsea is coming up a little bit later on. They take on Watford down at Stamford Bridge. And here is Cabellos. And Cabellos wins possession, and now Arsenal just having a little bit of possession. That's Mustafi to the path of David Luiz. Luiz just takes possession. He's virtually on track. Wolves just backing off him a little bit, just allowing him to just give himself the whole of Molineux to try and pick out the right pass. He goes towards the right, then back in field again from Mustafi to David Luiz. And then Ceballos into the path of Saka. And Saka, that's a nice ball now then. Big chance here for Arsenal. Ball played in there towards Aubameyang, but from Cedric Suarez, but he can't be found. And it's hooked away once more. 6 minutes gone. It's Wolves 0, Arsenal 0. And Mustafi has possession. Cedric is there on the right hand side. Then back in field to Mustafi. Now back inside the Arsenal half it goes. And Mustafi gets possession again on halfway. And again, Cedric offering a little bit of an option on that right hand side. But he goes back to David Luiz, who calmly and quite casually knocks the ball over to the left-hand side this time, on the Arsenal left. And at the moment, Wolves bunching up, defending from the front, which is making it very difficult for Arsenal to try and get forward. They're having to go backwards to try and come forwards here, Arsenal. But the ball from Mustafi was intercepted quite brilliantly by Saiss. Now Moutinho has possession. Moutinho midway inside on the halfway line. Now it's Wolves' turn to try and play forward from the back. Let's just hope both teams don't cancel each other out. They're both capable of playing some magnificent football on any given day. So let's hope we get a real good affair here tonight. Looks a good game on paper. There's so much at stake here. Arsenal still looking to get a European place. They're still in the FA Cup. Lest we forget, against Manchester City, they got through in a very tight semi-final, quarter-final, at Sheffield United last Sunday. So it's a tough one, really. But their away form hasn't been the best in the Premier League. We've followed them a couple of times away from home, and they've lost on a couple of occasions. One notably against Sheffield United, which we had Mike and Russ do the commentary earlier this season. And it's just a one game tonight. No double bubble tonight. I've got other commitments, I'm afraid, as the nature of the beast goes. But we'll love to hear from you guys. Let me know, and if any of the regulars are on, don't be ashamed to say hello. We're always glad to have you all. Just keep your comments clean. We are a family show. I'd love to see New Caton at some point pop on and say hello, because we sort of missed him on the channel as the ball was spread forward, trying to get the ball over the top towards Aubameyang, but Cody was quick to read the situation and read any possible danger there. 0-0 if you joined us late. The big chance was at the start when Traore had got through early doors. One ball over the top right at the start, probably about 20 seconds into the game, and here he is now chesting the ball down into the path of Otto. And now again an opportunity here for Wolves to really break forward. Traore's on the overlap here for Doherty. Now then, this is Traore. He's got the ball here. He'll take on Kieran Tierney. He'll whip him and beat him there and gets a good cross in there just beyond Jimenez. But the ball is picked up by Johnny Castro Otto here. He's on the left-hand channel. Back towards Saiss. And now Cody, who's the furthest man back for Wolves, if you exclude the goalkeeper, of course. Furthest outfield player back. And now Jimenez takes possession. Now finds Otto. Otto on this left-hand channel. Runs in now. Here's Otto into the penalty area. He ran very bravely there. And Noah White. Lovely name that, Noah. Wolves are a very good team. They could win the Champions League if they was in the Champions League. I'm not sure if they are equipped at the moment with the squad they've got. They certainly got an opportunity of winning the Europa competition. I think there's still probably a lot of better teams out there than Wolves, but if they keep investing in good quality, then they've got a chance of doing well. Here's a shot. Oh, and it's over the top. It was Adama Traore. He cut in from the right-hand channel, went centrally, and something from about, 25, 30 yards, he struck this left-footed shot that just was going wide as soon as he hit it. Yeah, just swerving wide. And no test there for Martinez in the Arsenal goal. Once again, Arsenal playing out from the back. David Luiz has signing up a new contract. Raised a lot of eyebrows with the Arsenal fans. I'm sure a lot of my subscribers are subscribed to a certain Arsenal fan TV thing, and there was a few raised eyebrows on that. I can tell you the other week when he signed a new deal after the dreadful performance he put in at Manchester City the other week, when he got himself sent off and was at fault for at least two of the goals that City scored. And here come Arsenal though. As they look to try and put some wrongs right here. The ball behind. Saka can't get there. First time we've seen Arsenal explode as an attacking force, but nothing came of it. Just over 11 minutes of the first half gone. And still 0-0. No big controversial decisions to look about that. Wolves are better than Manchester United. United are rubbish. Well, they weren't rubbish today, Noah. I can tell you that. They won 5-2 against Bournemouth, and Martial has probably had his best scoring season. I think if they get a good investment, there's talk that Jadon Sancho could be on his way to Old Trafford next season, I'm told. And that will add value to the Premier League, that's for sure. Wolves, of course, will be on national television, on terrestrial TV in the weekend. I just want to make it clear that I'm the commentator, and I'm not one that makes predictions of this game. I just commentate on the match. I don't do the predictions. I leave that to you guys to predict what might happen. Hence why there's a comments. But I'm not going to predict. I just sit on the fence and hope for a good game of football. That's the prediction I make. Noah's gone for 1-0 to Wolves. It has been a very strange season for Arsenal. A side who have so much rich history. All those championship years under Arsene Wenger. He won 3 league titles at the club. The last one, of course, being in 2004, that invincible season. How they could do with somebody like a Thierry Henry or a Pat Vieira or a Tony Adams in their side now, just to lead them into battle, because they haven't really replaced these guys, really, Arsenal. If you look at the side they've had, I mean, no Mesut Ozil either. It's a bit of a worry. Unless they're saving the big guns for the FA Cup run. Noah says, I can't believe Arsenal collapsed after they moved stadium in 2004 and had good players like, well, they moved in 2006, but yeah, I think they have struggled since leaving Highbury. Highbury was a real fortress for them, and it was a tight pitch. I remember you had the crowd right on top of you, and it was a football ground of real grandeur, the marble halls of Highbury. And they've had some really good players at Arsenal. And since 2005, they've only had the 4 FA Cup triumphs. So its success has been really thin on the ground. But one day, the glory days will return. They're just going to get the balance right and then get the right sort of personnel in. And that's a poor ball by Saka, right behind Cedric. That was an awful ball. 14 minutes gone then at Molineux. It's 0-0 between Wolves and Arsenal. The first big opportunity came for Wolves in the first minute when Traore chased a long ball over the top. Got there, but couldn't flip the ball over the goalkeeper's head. And that's been the first major opportunity, the only major opportunity we've had in the game. It's still a good first half in prospect here, and I think it will be very enjoyable to watch, I'm sure. So still 0-0. Here he is. Armstrong's Traore today. He's done okay so far. He's done all right. But it's a bit early. 15 minutes into the first half. He's probably a little bit early to really judge at the moment. But Wolves just shading it at the moment. But at the moment, no score. Keep your comments clean and keep the chat flowing. I haven't heard from the regulars yet. We've heard from us at the start. We've not heard from Mike yet. We've not heard from Trevor yet, or Sue, or Panini. I hope they're all there. Statistics, shots at goal, 2 to Wolves, none to Arsenal. 1 on target, that was at the start for Wolves, and it's still 0-0. Anyway, we've had a quarter of an hour. And the game live coming to you from Molineux in Wolverhampton. And the home, of course, of the Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club, a true football club in every sense of the word. Founder members of the Football League. Rich history. And now with all this investment, it's hopefully going to hit it big time. Espirito Santo has done a magnificent job over 3 years at the club. And I think he's bashing a really good side. So let's recap the other scorelines. As you heard, Norwich 0, Brighton 1. What a win that is for Brighton. That gives them a chance of staying up. A real big shot in the arm. Trossard with the winner in that game. Jamie Vardy scored 1-0 against Norwich, who are now needing snookers, I think, at the bottom of the league. I think they could be going down as Arsenal tries to keep the ball in down the left-hand byline but can't succeed in doing so. And it's out for a goal kick. Leicester won 3-0 against Crystal Palace in a natural and goal 100 and 101 from Jamie Vardy. A brace for him. Goal number 100 being his first one and his 101 being his second one, of course, in a 3-0 win over Crystal Palace. And Manchester United ran riot, beating a very sorry Bournemouth side 5-2 and in big trouble. Noah says, I heard Joe Hart might be going to Arsenal. Well, I don't think they'll be buying him. He's our free agent now because Burnley were offering him terms but rejected those terms and he's left now. So he's free to go. But, I mean, we'll just have to see what comes about it. I don't like to speculate on who is going to go where. All I know is that Joe Hart has left Burnley Football Club, having rejected a new deal at the Turf. And sorry to see him go a bit. But I don't really want to get drawn into my club's chairman's misdemeanours and mismanagement as regards finances and contracts are concerned. I don't really want to get drawn into that. There's the goalkeeper who's why it's for another video, Noah. It's just for another video. Anyways, a throw it to Wolves. Let's carry on with the commentary now, and it's still 0-0 in the game that we're watching with 18.5 minutes gone. It's blown into the penalty area, and it's a little bit of confusion in that Arsenal defence, and in the end it was clear by the Gunners. But those long throw-ins from Doherty, they're just causing one or two troubles there on that far side, and Wolves have now got down that right-hand side again with Traore. It's a goal kick. It came off the Wolves player last. It then came off, well, the cross came in. Came off Tierney and then back off Traore. And it is a goal kick to Arsenal. Let's see that again. The flag stayed down. There was no doubt at all they were onside there. Yeah, it comes off Tierney and then it quite clearly came off Traore last. Now, I've seen Arsenal a couple of times play out from the back, which has led to, shall we say, calamitous results. One such moment that happened at Watford when they tried to play out from the back and then Watford caught them napping and it gave them the catalyst to come back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2. Russ is still around. Hopefully we'll have Trevor on as well a little bit later, but he's enjoying the commentary that's going on at the moment. But we like to get your input on things, everybody, and this is what we make the live commentary for. I hope you, and for those who have just joined us, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've never done it before. Hit that subscription button and then hit the notification bell and then you're sorted. 20 minutes gone then at Molineux, and it's Wolves 0, Arsenal 0 if you've just joined us. As the ball is now chipped forward up towards Saka, but he can't be found. And here's Neves to hit it forward, but he's giving away possession here to Konashniak, and now here's Cedric. He's got two to his left, and here's Saka, who made up a third player to his left. Wolves winning possession. It's a battle royale, that's for sure. No goals yet, but plenty of good action. Certainly in the midfield areas, so plenty for us to crow about here in the Midlands this afternoon. Mikel Arteta, very casually dressed. He's got the jumper on and the jeans. most of these foreign managers do tend to ditch the suit and tie option these days. As the ball comes over in there. As we see a message there from Crazy Game Pizza saying, someone's screaming for Wolves. Well, I'm sure there's a few Wolverhampton Wanderers supporters enjoying themselves at the moment. 0-0. Here's Mustafi now for Arsenal. No word from New Caton yet. If you're on New Caton, give us a shout. We'd love to see you back on the channel again. One of our regulars before lockdown, and was also he's one of our youngest ever subscribers as well. Good young lad. He's a big Manchester United fan. His dad's a West Brom fan, and if you are watching, guys, give us a shout. 0-0 though, if you're just tuning in. We're halfway now, exactly through the first half. There will be a drinks breaks, and you can now use I think you can now use in the second half or during the match now 5 substitutes. Hence why we've got the big substitutes benches there. Because we're now in the middle of summer, and obviously these rule changes are with that very much in mind. So you're allowed anything up to 5 substitutes, which is 2 up from the normal 3 that's used in a Premier League match under normal circumstances and normal rules. 0-0 is the score as the ball is with the old goal. Martinho getting that ball down, and lovely football again. Nice incisive play now. As Jimenez comes striding forward. Traore on the edge of the area. Traore tries to get it through to Jimenez, and then Arsenal scrambling out, but only as far as Otto. Johnny Otto now for Wolves. A little bit isolated there. 2 or 3 Arsenal defenders were ganging up on him, but he found an outlet in Martinho. Had to go back mind. Otto again on that left-hand side. And now Traore. That lad has got the paciest. He's one of the most paciest player in the game thus far. As the ball comes out to Martinho. Martinho now. Willy Bolly. Still 0-0 is the score if you just joined us late. As Arsenal are back in defence. This is Martinho. A big star this for Wolves. And of course, there's about 300 people inside Molineux who are enjoying everything that's happening at the moment. 0-0 though. Good game this. Just needs a goal now as we come towards the 24th minute of the first half. A tremendous game of football could well be developing here if we can just get that early goal. The omens are good for our matches this season. In fact, in something like 50 odd games that 50 odd commentaries that we've brought you this season, I think we've only had out of 50 2 0-0s. So the omens are good for at least a goal in this game. Hopefully, we had 4 on Thursday night when we brought you that fantastic match at Bramall Lane between Sheffield United and Spurs. Plenty of controversy as well. Aubameyang now gets the ball into the penalty area, but it's out of play. In fact, it deflected off Willy Bolly, so it's a corner kick to Arsenal. Now, what can they do? Arsenal, incidentally, attacking to the right-hand side. And Wolves to the left of the 2 tiered stand away to my left. So a corner kick then to Arsenal. 25 minutes almost gone. We're halfway. I think we're past that halfway mark at the moment. Will there be a goal here? I think we've got a drinks break on its way, but referee Oliver carrying on with things as the corner will come in from the far side, and the header's one there. It comes to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang gets it goalwards, but it's well pouched on the goal line practically there by Rui Patricio, just on the right hand near post here. Wasn't great Wolves defending. Came to Aubameyang. His first touch was a little bit heavy maybe, and the ball from that moment on was very difficult to control. And in the end, his shot wasn't as good as he would have possibly liked. Arteta just holding his head slightly in his hands there. And it remains 0-0. And Arsenal now having a couple of opportunities. That'll liven things up as regards attacking wise. But a great it's been a good match so far, and it's been enjoyable, and we feel that you guys could be enjoying this one with us, and if you are, then keep listening out. There's a terrific atmosphere inside the. They've got the water break now, so the water break's on. I was going to say a terrific atmosphere, but there isn't one. Nobody's there. Face mask used by some of the officials and substitutes alike. We'll get a drinks break, and it's that time of year, isn't it? It's cricket season weather, this, isn't it? It's a bit overcast here at Mowing. There's been some drizzle this afternoon, and in the build-up to the match, and gives us the opportunity for these two teams to get a bit more fluid on board. But I'll have to try and pick up a pace that's been for Rogers for the first 26 and a bit minutes here at Mowing this evening. We'll just have to see how this really pans out. Nuno Santo is having one or two words with his troops. Both teams have had a good chance each. Aubameyang just a few moments ago from a corner, and right at the start, Adama Traore was clean through after a lovely ball over the top right from the kick-off, and he just couldn't flip it enough over Martinez, who made a good block. So the drinks break over, and with 28 minutes almost gone, Wolves had a throw-in, and they took it at halfway, and we're back under orders again. Possession, that's a bit of a surprise. 44% Wolves and 56% Arsenal. I thought Wolves might have had a bit more off the play. They've had one shot at goal each. They've had one shot on target each. And we're 28 minutes into the game. Still 0-0. A very good game here. Not a dull, dire 0-0 at the moment, but hopefully we'll find a goal for you this afternoon. Here's Saka with plenty elsewhere. Remember, Jamie Vardy now scored his 100th Premier League goal this afternoon as Leicester brushed aside Crystal Palace 3-0. Trossard with a big goal for Brighton in the outshine kick-off at Norwich. Manchester United 5, Bournemouth 2. We're also giving you some European scores at half-time as well as the ball chips into the penalty area. Another header that goes just wide. This time it was Dendoncker coming in from 6 yards, but didn't header it with any great conviction or accuracy, and the ball going wide. But it was Traore again making a good break down that right-hand channel here for Wolves. Good cross, and just a little bit poor there, the header in the end. Noah says Arsenal are a good team, and he wants to match where they think they belong in the Champions League. Well, they need to really. I think the chair. I think Stan Kroenke needs to spend a few quid in the transfer window, I believe. And I think they need a new team, quite frankly, because some of the team, you look at it now and it's just very much cast off from big clubs. And maybe they've brought players, one or two players. Certainly David Luiz is certainly a player that they shouldn't have picked up from Chelsea. I think they should have picked up Gary Cahill. I think they picked up their own centre-back. Gary Cahill has had a magnificent season personally with Crystal Palace. He's had probably one of the more consistent seasons of his career. And I believe I think Arsenal should have moved Eben enough to get him, not David Luiz. I don't even think he's a centre-back by trade. I think he should be one of those defensive midfielders who can hit long balls. Likes to attack as well. As the ball was played in there, Saka was in there. Now the ball might break here on the near side. Cedric has kept that into his immense credit, and Cabellos now has possession. And Granit Xhaka getting up to the far side, and still 0-0. Konashniak now back to Granit Xhaka, and Xhaka again. Nice play. Now then, Wolves having to do a little bit of defending here. Cedric has the possession. Saka's made a good run down that right. Still Cedric has the ball. Back in field again to Cabellos. Now Mustafi has possession. Still 0-0 here at Molineux. We're inside the final 15 minutes, so we've had half an hour of the game as Cabellos now takes possession. Midway inside the Wolves half. Cedric Suarez has possession. Back into Saka, but that's a poor ball by Cedric and he's giving it straight away. Now an opportunity now to get Traore forward again. This pacey little winger, and he was tripped there surely by David Luiz on the near side. I'll be amazed if Luiz doesn't get booked, but he does get booked. He's just come back from suspension here, and I'm afraid that's not good enough from David Luiz. That's a very, very poor tackle. A tackle really he didn't need to make, because I think if he'd have just used a little bit of strength and a little bit of maturity there, he didn't need to dive in there for me. I think if he just used a bit more of his strength, then I think he would have run Traore out of pitch. But he's given Matinho here a chance here to swing one in from the left-hand channel. It's gone in towards the penalty area. A bit up underish there from Mustafi, but Arsenal get it away. But it's a Wolves throw, and this is not over by the shouting yet, because Wolves pack a punch from the long throw as well. And Arsenal don't like that, but they've taken it short here, Wolves, as Doherty gets the cross in there. Little flick on, nearly found Jimenez. Might come for Otto, who shoots left foot, and it's just wide of the right-hand upright. And behind for a goal kick with 32.5 minutes gone. Still Wolves 0, Arsenal 0, but we just see a good opportunity there. Snapshot, left foot, Johnny Castro. Otto, just wide of the target. It remains 0-0 here at Molineux. As per usual, we'll take a 15-minute break at half time, a 10-minute break at half time, and calm down, and then we'll bring you all the half-time, bring you all the results from early today, because there's quite a number of football played around Europe, of course. We'll bring you all that for you. Atmosphere is superb. Leeds United now on their way short to the Premier League. Bamford, Phillips and Klitsch with the goals that defeated Blackburn Rovers 3-1 at Ewood Park, which is a great result for Leeds. From a Burnley fan's perspective, it's good to see that Blackburn Rovers are getting their comeuppance a little bit now, as Saka now plays it in there for Arsenal. Here's Cedric now winning possession. Arsenal just can't get going at the moment. Away from home, they tend to struggle, but can they get themselves going again? Remember, 5 unbeaten in the last game, and that's a shot coming in, and it was well kept out. It was Nikita who shot right-footed, and Patricio, a bit of an unorthodox save this. 10 minutes to half-time. Nikita hitting it first time, and it's actually a very good save from Rui Patricio, diving to his near post. He's hit this well. That's going in. And in fact, it's the left foot, the left side foot of Rui Patricio that keeps the ball out there for Wolves. Arsenal going very, very close to going a goal up. Saka to take the corner. Can they produce something here, Arsenal, from the corner? No, too close to the goalkeeper. Gathers it under no great pressure. Bowls the ball out. Now hooked forward by Wolves, but they've hooked it into no man's land. That was a poor ball. And still it remains 0-0. But both teams now starting to make big opportunities. Arsenal have had 2 corners. Wolves yet to have one. Here's Suarez, Cedric that is. Mustafi in possession, left-hand side, infield to Ceballos. And Ceballos back to David Luiz. Luiz out to the far side, and it's Konashniak now taking possession. Still 0-0. Tierney as well. Needs David Luiz. Still inside their own half, 10 yards from halfway. Now Luiz to the right-hand side, and Mustafi got it from halfway, and finds Kieran Tierney, who's signed from Celtic. That was when Umar Henry was the manager then. And still 0-0 as we go into the final 10 minutes of the first half here at Molineux. Saturday tea time football coming to you from Molineux. And it's still no goals to bring you here. This is the chance for Nkita. Good effort that. And in fact, I think that might have hit the right hand post. If it did, it was a... I tell you what, he's very unlucky there. Very unorthodox save that from Rui Patricio, but also nearly going front. Of course, you'll be able to see all the action on Match of the Day a little bit later on BBC One. Meanwhile, here on JB Sports, we've got live commentary of Arsenal away at Wolves. Our third live commentary game since the football season reconvened from suspension. All matches, of course, from now to the end of the season in English and European football being played, I'm sad to say, behind closed doors. No fans allowed. There will be 300 people in every game. Press, television, crews, commentators, football writers, cameramen, all sorts, but not fans. That's a free kick, in fact, to Arsenal. Cedric expelled by Saiss. Free kick taken quickly. Saka has it on the far, and Nkita rather has it on the far side. And Nkita pulls the ball back. Aubameyang was waiting over by the penalty spot and was almost found there too. Here comes Wolves now, the old gold shirts, charging forward, just having a quiet sort of last 10 minutes or so, which will be a little bit of a concern for Nuno Espirito Santo and his troops. Yeah, I am sorry about that, Russ. It's just disappointing, really. With everything that's going on in my life at the moment, I can't do everything, unfortunately. So it's, I've got to go back to the day job early tomorrow. So it's snakes and roundabouts, really. Still 0-0 here at Molineux. And a lovely flick round the corner. Now this could be interesting. Jimenez is going forward. Otto is forward as well. And a chance here now for Wolves. Doherty tried to keep that in. And has he won the corner? I don't think he has. And let's have a look at the replay. Good counter-attack that for Wolverhampton Wanderers. In fact, they did win the corner. Thanks, Ross. It's appreciated. But anyway, it's a corner to Wolves now. First corner of the match for them. They are very good at set plays. Of course, Arsenal one or two tricky moments from free kicks and the like. Now, Martinho to take it. Can he produce some magic here from this corner kick? It would have to be some magnificent magic. Here's the corner, and it goes. And the header back was into the arms of the goalkeeper. In fact, there was a whistle had gone for a free kick to Arsenal. So no harm done there. So still 0-0. Interesting games so far at the moment. "40 minutes of the first half already played, and already a free kick to Wolves in a very dangerous position. Cabellos following his man, or Robert Konashniak following his man, Traore. Tricky little customer, Adama Traore, a very good player. Now, can Wolves make the breakthrough right on the stroke of half time? It would be a great feather in their cap. Four-man Arsenal wall erected by Martinez. Remember, they've lost 2 of their last 5 for Arsenal. They don't win 3 of the last 6. Looks like Ruben Neves is going to have a crack here. And in fact, it's not Neves. The shot deflects, and it's going to be Martinez's ball. It wasn't on target. Trying to think who it might have been there, but it might have been Saiss actually. But here's also, he's winning possession back. And here they come again, Wolves. They're looking very dangerous. Now the shot comes in. It was charged away by Arsenal. 4 minutes of the first half to go. Willy Bolly in there very strongly. And Saiss getting the ball back to his goalkeeper, Rui Patricio. Well, Wolves pulled this commentator and 1 or 2 others, I think, in the press box. The long ball comes forward once again. There's no foul there. Tell you what, the first half is for a 0-0. It's actually been a good first half. It has sort of flown by quite a bit. Been very, very enjoyable, that is for sure. Good game of football here, and we've been privileged to bring it you live, but still 0-0, and there's a shot, and it's in! From just right at the penalty spot. It was a corner in from the crossing from the left, and Saka has scored for Arsenal. And it's a bit of a surprise, really, considering how good Wolves have been, how good a form Wolves have been. And Arsenal, who started the day in 8th place, are in the lead here. And the ball was spread forward. Cedric had played it out. Aubameyang to the right-hand side. The cross deflected, and Saka on the left foot smashes it in past Rui Patricio. We do have a goal here. Tierney's cross deflects, as you see, if you're watching it on television. Yeah, it gets a deflection there, but it falls so invitingly for Saka. Hits it beautifully on the half volley with the left foot, and it goes rifling into the corner of the net to give Rui Patricio absolutely no hope of saving it. And the fists are raised from Mikel Arteta. Great moment for him. And Saka, who's becoming a little shining light here for Arsenal. Well, that's probably damaged Wolves' Champions League chances here. What's going on with this? You can't watch it because I don't have the channel. It's not. I don't know if it's on Pick TV. If the game's been shown by Sky, I do know that. Try and look on FIFA for Pick TV. If it's on there, you'll be able to watch it on Pick TV. But listen to our commentary, not Sky's. I think the game's on Sky. Whether it's on Pick TV, I don't know. Also, the other game's on Sky tonight. It's a bit confusing with all the channel changes and everything like that. You can watch it now on 4 different platforms. Sky, BT, BBC One and Amazon Prime. But Wolves, who in fact trailed earlier on, I can't show you. I honestly can't show you. I've got a feed of my match in front of me, and I'm busy commentating. William, it's not on. No, it's not on Pick. I didn't know if it was on Pick, William. I don't know everything. All I know is that the games are on, and we pick what game to show you and whatever. But anyway, we've got Sky footage. Why would you not want to listen to our commentary? It's good. We can't show the match live on the YouTube channel because it's not, because it's copyrights, and also we do audio commentary for people who are partially sighted and blind, and we do a good service for them as well. So that's one of the reasons. That's just 2 of the reasons why we do audio commentary as opposed to television. 1, we don't hold any televisual rights for it, and 2, it's audio because for a simple reason, we are trying to do a service to people who are partially sighted. Anyway, William's a big Liverpool fan, and he can't believe he lost to Manchester City. But don't worry about it, will you? You're champions. The league table doesn't lie at the end of 38 games. You may have lost. You've only lost one little battle. You've won the war this season. You've got the league title back for the first time in 30 years, probably the first time in your own lifetime. So don't worry about it. Anyway, here come Arsenal now. We're leading 1-0. We're into 2 added minutes, incidentally. And also, I've got a little something to tell you guys. If you've never listened to the commentary before, we have something for you to get your teeth into next in the second half. Because from the second drinks break onwards, you have a chance to vote for your man of the match. And I'll tell you how we do that in the second half. And as Traore goes down, no, says the referee Michael Oliver. Of course, he was at the centre of a VAR controversy in our last live match at Bramall Lane between Sheffield United and Tottenham, you may remember, when Harry Kane's goal was controversially disallowed. As we come up towards the end of the 2 added minutes here at Molineux, which has been a decent watch anyway, certainly from a perspective of a neutral's view. And I have to say, Arsenal, I didn't expect Arsenal to be winning coming towards half time. It has been a remarkably good first half here at Molineux. Wolves have had opportunities. It's been that sort of match, really. I don't think you can say that. Arsenal have always been a top flight fixture for as long as I can remember. And sometimes teams go through that stage where I think there are much worse teams than Arsenal out there. You can't say they deserve to be in the Championship because they haven't done this, haven't done that, and done over. Anyway, half time has arrived anyway at Molineux, and Arsenal are leading by a goal to 0. Saka scoring just before the break, so that puts Arsenal into a good position to get back into the European hunt. It's been a close game, but Arsenal just shading it maybe. Wolves just not at their fluent best maybe in the final third. They did have a chance right at the start through Traore. But as the teams walk off, I think Nuno Santo has probably got more to go forward because his team are 1-0 down. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. Then we'll give you the full times around the current scores around Europe, because there's a lot of European football taking place in the respective leagues around Europe. And, of course, we'll give you some championship scores as well. So 10 minutes. We'll have a quick break for 10 minutes. And after that, some updates of the scores. Games that have been taking place elsewhere today around Europe. And, of course, the second half of Wolves-Arsenal. Half-time now at Molineux. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. Welcome back to Molyneux. There's been some news coming out of Bristol City. We'll tell you that in a minute. Let's give you the latest scores and results from earlier today around Europe, because of course there's been some football played around Europe, of course. So let me just tell you what's been going on. So let's, of course, we'll tell you about Lee Johnson in a minute, but let's check all the scores latest at the moment. Norwich, these three are full-time Premier League. Norwich 0, Brighton 1. Trossard with the goal there. Leicester 3, Palace 0. Manchester United 5, Bournemouth 2. Our match at the moment, going away at Arsenal 1-0. They lead Wolves at half-time. Chelsea and Watford is an 8 o'clock kick-off. In the Championship, Derby 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Blackburn 1, Leeds 3. Brentford 3, Wigan 0. Crystal City 0, Cardiff 1. Now, there's significant news coming out of that, as you've just seen there with Russ Vernon. He's just broken the news that Bristol City have sacked their head coach, Lee Johnson. So Lee Johnson has been sacked as manager of Bristol City after a 1-0 defeat by Cardiff City this afternoon. Neil Harris's Cardiff. Fulham 1, Birmingham 0. Huddersfield 0, Fulham 0. Preston 0. So Preston's playoff dreams just faltering a bit at the moment. And Stoke 4, Barnsley 0. There's some German Cup action that's yet to be played. That's between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. They kick off at 7 o'clock British time. In La Liga, there's a full-time scoreline there. Celta Vigo 1, Real Betis 1. So that's all square there in that match in Spain. There's 2 late kickoffs. One at 6:30 in the evening. In fact, they've just kicked off now. Real Valladolid against Alaves, and Granada and Valencia are 9 o'clock kickoff. There's a 9 o'clock kickoff at the moment. In Serie A, Juventus have been in action today against Torino, their city rivals, and they've beaten Torino by 4-1 in that one. The goal scorers, Dybala, Cuadrado, Cristiano Ronaldo and Digi with an own goal. Belotti had scored from a penalty in the 6th minute of the first half stoppage time. Sassuolo 0, Lecce 0, and Lazio against AC Milan kick off at 8:45 this evening. Austrian Bundesliga, Vienna 1, Mattersburg 0. Reindorf beaten 2-0 by Spezia as the game kicks off here at Molyneux. We'll go through the whole of the second half. But just to let you know, we'll go through all the scores as we get them at the end of the game. But away we go again in the second half. Let me just remind you of the 2 teams. Patricio, Saiz, Cody, Bolly, Otto, Martinho, Neves, Dendonka, Matt Doherty, Raul Jimenez, Adama Traore as well. Wolves are playing in old gold, and I think the injury there for one of the Wolves players. I think it might have been Saiz who's been hurt there by that. Yes, it was Saiz who went down. Arsenal with Martinez in goal, Mustafi, David Luiz, Konashniak, Cedric, Cabellos, Xhaka, Tierney, Saka, Nkita, Saka who scored the only goal, Nkita who came close, or Aubameyang who hasn't really been in there. Substitutes: Wolves, Ruddy, the goalkeeper, Jordal, Neto, Gibbs White, Jota, Vigare, Campana, Kilman and Boa. For Arsenal, Macy, Bellerin, Bastantopoulos, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Reece Nelson and Joe Willock. The referee, Michael Oliver from County Durham. We've got a break in play. Saiz is in a bit of trouble down there early doors of the second half. William's been on, says his mum says I'm very pretty. Well, can you tell? I'm not. My voice is. All you can hear is my voice. You can't see my face. I'm just a man behind the microphone. It's not. I mean, if your mum's actually said that, William, then fair play. But I don't think I'm that pretty. Honestly, I'm a nice guy, but I've got a face for radio, mate. No doubt about that. If she has said that, then oh dear. I'm getting compliments from mums everywhere now. Anyway, back to the game, and still 1-0 to Arsenal. If you just joined us, we're at the start of the second half. earlier today in the league, Premier League, there were wins for Manchester United, 5-2 over Bournemouth. Brighton 1-0 winners over Norwich City, who look towards certain doom now, going back to the Championship. And Palace being put to the sword at Leicester. Here's Traore now, down the right-hand side. Traore into the penalty area. Looking to get Wolves back into the game. Ball's in there. Then Donker attacks it, but it's hooked away again. Portier is our VAR referee. And just to remind you, Bristol City, after a 1-0 defeat at Ashton Gate this afternoon against Cardiff City in a sort of a local derby, the Severn Bridge derby, well, Bristol City's hierarchy have disposed of the services of Lee Johnson, and it looks as if Bristol City will be looking for a new manager in the very near future, as Wolves go in search of an equaliser with Doherty, who's stumbled forward. He has gone into fourth position before in this season and has affected things. The winner against Manchester City being one of those moments, and I was happy to be sat in the very spot where I was that evening at Molineux for that game. As Traore chips that ball back towards the far post, not back in there towards Jimenez. Jimenez tries to touch the ball back. Wolves having a right good go at it in the second half. 1-1 the last time the sides met. That was way back in November of 2019. It seems a long time ago now. Still 1-0 to Wolves, and the ball now is bowled out. Well, it's pressure really is back on Wolverhampton now in this second half, because they need an equaliser from somewhere to get themselves back in business here at Molineux. As Traore gets possession here on this near side. Wolves attacking the goal to our right, incidentally. Arsenal to the left. Arsenal in red and white. Wolves in that famous old gold. And the man of the match vote, well, halfway through the second half, from the second drinks break onwards to the end of the 90 minutes, we'll be inviting you guys to vote for man of the match. Now, all you've got to do, basically, is select the player that you want to see win man of the match, and you've got to hashtag it. The hashtag is this, JBMOTM, but I'll explain all that when we get to the drinks break, midway through the second half. That's when you've got to start voting. So start getting some names that you think would deserve man in the match at the moment. Surely Saka's got to be up there because he scored the goal, of course. 1 or 2 hours. Traore's looked lively when he's got the ball, and here he is now on the right-hand side. Has to go backwards. And Neves has possession. Hasn't been able to affect things as well as he would have liked. 5 minutes gone in the second half here at Molineux. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. Saka's goal. 3 minutes from the end of the first period, from the end of the 3 minutes, with 3 minutes of normal time of the first half remaining. It's the difference. 42 minutes. Traore gets possession but can't control it. It's out of play, and it's thrown to Arsenal deep inside their own half. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. That's a pretty famous scoreline, a pretty famous saying from down the years. 1-0 to the Arsenal. I suppose that is the case, really. 1-0 to the Arsenal. It's a cracking atmosphere. It's a cracking game of football, and let's hope. It'd be nice to see Wolves in the Champions League. It really would. I mean, they could still do it by the Europa League, of course. Here's Traore now to the byline. Good cross towards the back post, and it couldn't be taken. Jimenez thinks he should be a penalty. Now VAR's in possession now. Will Paul Tierney down in London at Stockley Park have a look at that? I think Jimenez is convinced that's a penalty, but Traore shows what he's all about again. Not for the first time this season. I'm not sure if that's a penalty or not. There's the cross. It's a good cross that from Traore. Jimenez is getting in there. I just think that's sensible defending there by Cedric. I don't think it was a penalty, and I think VAR do check everything, and I think Paul Tierney was spot on there. I don't think he needed to get involved. And do a Michael Over, who incidentally is the referee this afternoon for this crucial game. It was a bit of a calamity, really, for Michael Over. I still can't believe he disallowed that Tottenham goal. At 1-0, if it had gone to 1-1 at the time, then it might have been a different ball game. But as it happens, it's Sheffield United 1, and moved up to 7th, and they've had a great season whatever happens, Chris Wilder's men. Good run in the to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup as well. A lot of people were tipping them, myself included, were tipping them to finish bottom with about 15 points, but they've got a lot more than that. 47 I think now they've got, so the second year will be the trickiest test. So Mustafi gets the ball forward down the right hand channel, but that's going to go into no man's land in the side of the penalty area and be picked up by Rui Patricio. Looks as if Wolves have decided enough's enough and they're going to bring on a substitute. I think Nuno has done well. Just to remind you on the substitute front, because of everything that's going on at the moment, the Premier League have relaxed the rules. It used to be 3 during normal season. Because of the circumstances that we are living in at the moment, the substitutes are now 5. As cross comes in by Doherty, so you can have up to 5 substitutes at any. Now Arsenal can also use 5 as well, so you get 5 subs apiece. And you can bring them on at fixed certain windows during the second half, I think. Arsenal yet to use a sub. Wolves preparing to make their first alteration of the contest. And here's Martinho. The ball just about on the quadrant. Near side, right hand side, corner quadrant. And Martinho runs in. Whips that ball in towards the near post. It's well dealt with there by the Arsenal defenders. It was Nketiah who got back there. And then the ball's hooked back in there by Traore. It wasn't a very good cross by him. Then it's chipped in there by Martinho into the danger zone. He'll be chased by Willy Boly, but Cedric cuts him off fairly, and the ball runs into touch and behind for an Arsenal goal kick, and it still remains 1-0. That's the instructions for the Wolves sub. And I hope Russ is having a nice journey back home from Lancashire, back down to Yorkshire. Dendonker's been replaced. That's the first change, and we'll tell you who's come on in a second or two. So Dendonker off. We'll tell you all about who come on. I think it might be Neto. I'm not sure. No, it's Jota. Sorry, Jota. So Jota on for Dendonker, and that's a bit of a waste there from Arsenal. It's putting them under a lot of pressure now. And Wolves here have a throw right on the edge of the penalty area of Arsenal, right in line, and Arsenal now in a little bit of trouble here. There'll be some choice words said in the Arsenal dressing room if Wolves were to equalise from this. Doherty going to go long again. Into it goes towards the penalty area. Arsenal defending it superbly. Here's Traore. Doherty on the overlap. Hasn't kept it in play, and it's a throw into Arsenal in line with the edge of their own penalty area on the near side. And it still remains 1-0 to Arsenal, as I think Arsenal are about to make another substitution. I think they're first, is it? Yep. Ainsley Maitland-Niles going to replace Kieran Tierney. So Maitland-Niles comes on for Arsenal, number 15. With 11 minutes of the second half elapsed. Arsenal still winning by a goal to nil. That goal from Saka right on the stroke of half time. Deciding matters here in the tea time kick-off at Molineux. Later on there's Chelsea versus Watford. And I think that could be a good game as well. We're just having 1 or 2 technical hitches as well, but we'll get those sorted out for you in due course. But still 1-0 to Arsenal. It's been a good game. Bit disappointing from a goals point of view that we haven't had more than the one. But it's certainly been a good watch nevertheless, and I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the game. It's been a real joy to bring you it live. As Arsenal now have possession. 57 minutes gone. Still 1-0 to Arsenal, and in possession now with Aubameyang just touching the ball back. Big news coming out of Bristol City tonight, in case you were wondering. Lee Johnson has been sacked as manager. Sometimes these streams tend to go a little bit awry with the comment section. Let's just see what if we've had any fresh comments. Our pictures went bad there. No, we haven't had a comment so far. Come on, keep commenting on what's happening here in the football. We enjoy having your comments. We haven't had one for a little while, so just keep going with it. We enjoy having you all on. And for those who have given the stream 2 thumbs down, I'm very sorry that you feel that way, but it's disappointing when we see thumbs down on the videos, but we get more thumbs up than down. But don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. Rossi's still there. He's just writing his report. I hope everything isn't too packed. I hope you're social distancing on the way home, Ross. And anyone's travelling away, any reporters or fellow commentators travelling back from football games, keep social distancing at all times. It's a good challenge there, surely, on Nkita there. Although Mikel Arteta doesn't agree with that. 59 minutes gone. Wolves trailing by a goal to nil. Could do with an equaliser. Get themselves back into the contest. Haven't heard from Trevor yet. We haven't heard from Sue. Of course, Trevor Sports as well. We'll be back in a couple of days' time with the virtual Euro 2020s. We've got the final lot of group games. And I've got 2 potentially cracking games. I haven't got the England one. That's down. That'll be Trevor Tilsley's game, I'm told. So Chris Whiteman will be doing your commentary on that one. Russ will have the last 16 if England get through, and I'll have a quarter-final, I believe. But that's a long way into the future. But I've got some cracking games to bring you as well. Wales, Italy looks a cracker as well. That's a big game as well. And we've got Portugal, and I've got Portugal as well as one of my other live commentary games are there and on the channel. So I've done Portugal quite a lot and in the virtual Euros, and they've been probably one of the best teams I've actually seen in the tournament thus far. As Patricio leaves it now to his skipper, Conor Cody rather. An hour gone, coming up towards 15 gone in the second half. So 15 gone in the second half. We've had an hour in the match itself. Wolves still trail, remember. They were trailing at this. They were trailing 2-0 at this stage against Manchester City and came back to win 3-2. That epic game way back in over Christmas and New Year. One of the best games I think best commentaries we've ever brought you live here on JB Sports. It was it will go down as a real classic for me. One of the best commentaries I've ever done in nearly 4.5 years of doing these live commentary streams. And a throw in to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Traore was our man inspired that night, if you remember. One of the great nights for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And that game, I think, practically decided the championship, the title race, really. Run before Liverpool did win it. But there was no way City were going to bounce back and go on a supercharge and win the league from that position. I think they went to 15 points that night when they leave there. And Liverpool the night before we'd done at Leicester, and they were ruthless there at the King Power and won 4-0. So we've brought you some great games in that's obviously got the destiny of the title race, and I have to say Liverpool have been worthy champions over the course of the games that we've seen down the season thus far. And but these two teams playing for a European place next season, so much riding on this now tonight. As Wolves go in search of an equaliser, and they might get it here. Shot comes in and it's blocked away. It's a tremendous run into the penalty area. We also had sufficient numbers and have defended for Arsenal. I don't normally say this about the current Arsenal side, but at the moment, after 62 minutes, the defenders stoutly have still kept a clean sheet against one of the most attack-minded sides in the division, and then the ball's played in again, and, well, what a brave piece of goalkeeping there by Martinez. But this was the cross again. Jimenez was well in there. This was another look at the run again. This, I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Jota who went forward, hit the shot, and it hit the defender. It was Jota. Josh Legs from the bench. Almost proving decisive. Bristol City have sacked Lee Johnson as manager for the season. Traore got towards Traore now for Wolves. No, over the bar. Martinez must have got a little glove on that. I was expecting the ball just to loop under that bar and nestle sweetly in the back of that Arsenal net. It didn't happen. The ball was played through. The flag stayed down. I thought this was odds on an equaliser. Did the goalkeeper get anything on it? Hard to say. I'd like to see the replay slowed right down here. Bit of super slow-mo wouldn't go amiss. I think there's a little glove on that from Martinez. It must have touched his glove. It must have done. Because he was gesturing as if he was... No, it didn't. And it's a goal kick. I must admit, I thought he saved that. Judging by his expression and the way he raised his fist in sort of triumphant delight there, I thought he saved that, but he hadn't, and it wasn't a corner, it was a goal kick. But Wolves are back on the attack with Otto. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. That goal just on the stroke of half time from Saka, the difference. But Wolves are knocking on that door. It's almost like the Manchester City game revisited, really, in some respects. As the ball is hooked in there, but again, Martinez well positioned, taking the ball rather competently and confidently, and doing remarkably well, and then hooks the ball down the ground, looking towards Nketiah and Aubameyang. Well, Bolly there just dawdling under pressure, but he got the ball away just about in the nick of time. And still, if you joined us late, that goal 2 minutes on the end of the first half is the difference between the two sides. Saka with a wonderful left-footed half volley that's rappelled into the back of Rui Patricio's net. Arsenal just shaded it really on the chances, but Wolves have been much more better in the second half. We're past the 20-minute point of the second half. This is Doherty for Wolves. As soon as we get that second drinks breaking operation, we'll open the man of the match voting, and we'll explain how you'll do that in a second or two. Remember, Wolves starting the day in 6th place. Arsenal a number of points further back in 8th place. They were on 46 points. They'll go to 49 points. They'll close the gap to within 3 of Wolves with a win tonight. 66 gone. Still, we play on. As soon as we get that drinks break, the man of the match will open in earnest as we go towards the 67th minute of the game. And Wolves on the attack now. Still 1-0. 1-0 to Arsenal. We get the score out, William, every 2 to 3 minutes. And we'll keep endeavouring to do that every single time. But it's such a good game, we sometimes forget. And Wolves have possession. 1-0 down, looking for this equalising goal. And here come Wolves again. But they've broken it up again. And now here comes Neves in towards Traore. Loses possession, but wins. But the ball's been won back by Doherty. Now Jimenez, who's just taken a bit of a deeper position. He needs to get further forward, I feel. Martinho got options on this far side, and this is Saiss. Saiss in field. Now then, they need something here. Will Johnny Castro Otto provide something? No, he goes back to Saiss. Arsenal have brought people back now. I have to say, you've got to give Arsenal credit for this, protecting their 1-0 lead. They're away from home and they're defending magnificently well. You've got to give them credit for that. But at the moment, well, they crumble. Jota now running through, and he goes down. The referee, Johnny on the spot, gives a free kick. Granit Xhaka disagrees with the decision naturally, But it's in a great position for Wolverhampton Wanderers here. It's about 25 yards central to the goal. Xhaka claims he got the ball. Referee Oliver didn't agree. And danger time now for Arsenal here at Molineux, because, as we've seen many times this season, it's just to the right of centre, actually, the free kick, as I look across from the main stand here. From the press box at Molineux, we're high up in the gods, basically in the top tier of the stand. Martinez's going to take the free kick. Will he float one in? He has to shoot for me. It's within shooting distance, and he can get him up and down the wall. No, he's gone short, and then the shot comes in, and he's hit a couple of loose players in the Arsenal wall, and Doherty hits the shot back in, or hits the cross back in, and now Arsenal can counter-attack here. That's surely got to be a free kick. Is it for Arsenal? No. Referee said no, fair challenge. It's play on. Arsenal winning by 1-0, but that lead looking a little bit more precarious now, because Wolves are laying siege all of a sudden. The home side looking to try and get back into this game. Can they produce a moment of genius? The throw has been given against Wolves here. I have to say it's been. I have to say I'm enjoying. I mean, it's been good for. It'll be a good billet for Arsenal this to win, and I don't think you can disagree with that. We're going to see a couple of changes now for Arsenal as they want to try and see this one out. Joe Willock, I think one of the subs is coming on. I think we're going to have a drinks break here now at this point. Yeah, we'll sort out those substitutions for you in just a second. So we've had 69.5 minutes. We're into that water break now. The man of the match vote, as we wait for the Arsenal subs to come on. Now the man of the match voting award, just to remind you, the score 1-0 to Arsenal as Arteta starts shouting instructions to his troops. Now what you've got to do from now to the 90th minute mark, the end of normal time, this is where you vote for man of the match. So you've got a good 20 minutes now to vote. Man of the match voting is now open. All you've got to do is hashtag the JBMLTM with the name of the player you want to see win our supplementary award, who gets the man of the match. Just like Russ Vernon has just done there. He's set the example, and get your thinking caps on. You've got 20 minutes, and whoever has the most votes at the end will win. If it's a tie, then I, as the commentator, will get the casting vote. Right, anyway, let's try and clear up these substitutions. Joe Willock is about to come on. And also Bellerin is about to come on as well. So we're going to see a double substitution. Remember, Arsenal and Wolves can use up to 5 substitutes now apiece. Also preparing to throw on their first 2. And Joe Willock is waiting to come on, but we're going to see also a Wolves change. And Neto is going to come on for them. He really changed things against Manchester City at the turn of the year. So Neto is on. I'm just trying to work out who's gone off there. We'll let you know in the course of time. But Wolves have certainly made a substitution. Not sure about the Arsenal ones at the moment. I don't think they've taken place at the moment, but we'll let you know. But certainly Neto, number 7, has come on for Wolverhampton Wanderers as they look for a way back into this game. Don't think the Arsenal subs have been ready to be made yet, but I know the Wolves one already has, so they've used up their second sub of the match in the free kick against Mustafi. A little bit furious. Now Arsenal are about to make their substitutions in a second or two. They've been warming up on that touchline now in that technical area, the 2 Arsenal subs, for about 2 to 3 minutes. Wolves have made their change in all of that. Saka's winning the man of the match award, and a free kick to Wolves. Martinez to take it. Can Wolves stage a thrilling comeback in the next 18 minutes for stoppage time? Don't forget the man of the match vote. Get your thinking caps on. Martinez, oh, that's a poor free kick. Didn't fool Arsenal at all, but then again, Otto was fouled, and Cedric, it was Doherty, the man who came off for Neto. So that's confirmed, that one. Thank you very much. Sky Television, who were taking their commentary, taking their feed here at the moment. They've sort of confirmed that for us. So 72 minutes gone. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. As we go into the closing stages of the game here. Penultimate match of the this afternoon's Premier League fixtures. There's already been 3 played. Wins for Manchester United 5-2 over Bournemouth, Leicester City 3-0 over Crystal Palace, and Brighton 1-0 over soon to possibly be relegated Norwich. Meanwhile, here at Molineux, Wolves to trail 1-0 have a corner in the 74th minute of the game. Can they force an equalising goal and get themselves back in the hunt? They played so well, it'd be a travesty for them if they didn't get anything from this, because they've really had a good goal second half. Anyway, here's Martinho. He's gone short, in fact. And here's Neto. And, he's done well. He's done well to get the ball in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper, unchallenged. Takes the ball beautifully, Martinez, inside his 6-yard box. And once again, Wolves denied by this acrobatic Arsenal goalkeeper, who's done magnificently well. Adama Traore now, a little bit deeper this time, gains Neto into the game. Jimenez is gone out to the right hand side. Neto cuts inside, goes between 2 Arsenal defenders and almost went past a third. And now the ball is played forward there by Ikita. Saka's, Aubameyang's on the chase on the far side. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. The ball played back in there, and a foul they committed. Aubameyang is down on the floor. There's a yellow card for one of the Wolves players. Saiss, I think, is the man who's got it. So Saiss is into the book, along with David Luiz. As we now go into the final quarter of an hour, don't forget, man in the match votes. You've got 15 minutes before the vote closes. Do what Russ has just done. Name of your player. And hashtag it with the hashtag JBMLTM. And finally, after 5 minutes of warming up, looks as if we might see some action on that Arsenal bench. And get those Arsenal substitutions on as well. Saka is one of the players going off. And we'll find out in just a minute. Hector Bellerin is also going to come on. Joe Willock is the first sub. And the second substitution is Hector Bellerin. And the second sub is Cedric going off. And Hector Bellerin, who is one of the quickest players in the Arsenal side. Do the 100-metre sprint, I believe, in just shy of, I think, about just shy of about 10 seconds. Anyway, here to come Arsenal now, looking for that killer second goal. And Aubameyang taking on the back post, but he can't succeed. And Wolves have got it clear. They've kept the ball in play, but it was a little bit disappointing there in the end. But it's been an amazing match thus far, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game. So Saka's off and Willock is on. Cedric is the other sub, and Hector Bellerin has replaced him. Keep your comments coming as well. Man in the match votes and everything else. Whoever wins the vote gets the man in the match award. And here come Arsenal again, looking for this second goal. And Keita, good tackle there by Saiss, or was it? Well, Saiss, of course, has just been booked, so he's got to watch his step, of course. And Keita making the good run there. Yeah, Saiss bundled him off. I don't think it was a second bookable offence, but certainly a little bit of problem there. But a Wolves man there, so a big opportunity now. But the Arsenal lads to try and extend this lead to 2 as the ball comes into the penalty area. Crossed in there, and Keita got the header on it, and it's over the bar and behind for a goal kick. It's a good free kick, in fact. Not such great marking from the Wolves players, and the ball came in from about 7 or 8 yards out. It was Danny Cabellos with the free kick. There's no Pepe on the bench, incidentally, for Arsenal at all. I don't know if they're just injuries or just precautionary measures for Arteta as Arsenal win possession deep inside the Wolves half, and Keita going forward, but the ball was deflected in to the path here of Aubameyang, and the ball chipped in there looking for Wolves. Aubameyang, Willie Bolly with a header away for Wolves. 13 minutes to play, still 1-0 to Arsenal. Remember, one vote for man of the match. That's Saka, the goal scorer for Arsenal. Do you want another player to win the man of the match award? Well, you've only got about 12 minutes to try and change all that. Martinho's gone down in a heap. Maitland-Niles is booked. A little bit of a scuffle going on there on the pitch here at Molineux. Traore winning the ball back, and then it was a dangerous tackle even though he got the ball. Anyway, it's a free kick against Maitland-Niles, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. 78.5 minutes played. Michael Oba at the centre of a scandal involving Tottenham. A VAR scandal which denied Tottenham what looked a legitimate equaliser at Sheffield United could be presiding over an Arsenal win. That'll wind up the Spurs supporters even more, I think. So, 79 minutes almost gone. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. But Wolves put together a tremendous purple patch against Manchester City. They can't forget what happened that night. They haven't got the 12 man really with them because they usually do well on when the big team's gone with the crowd right behind them. And believe me, when Molineux is packed and there's a noise, there is no better atmosphere in the world of football than Molineux from a commentator's point of view. I mean, Burnley's is a very good atmosphere as well, of course. But Wolves looking to take chances now. Can they find a way back into this game? The trail 1-0, of course. 11.5 minutes left to play. Wolves still in this game. If they can just get themselves an equaliser, it'd be a great result for them. Still turning around and win 2-1. It's anyone's game for the taking. It's going to be a long throw-in. Here it comes then, the long throw. No, it's gone short. As the ball is threaded into the penalty area, and it'll be picked up by Cody. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. Here's Neto for Wolves in field, and that's a poor ball by Neto. And now Wolves could be picked off at will. It's 3 against 1 for a second or two. This is Aubameyang though. Left hand side, Wolves have got plenty back now, but Arsenal are on the attack here. And they might add to this second goal, but Wolves getting enough numbers back behind the ball and try and clear it away. And do, just about, but Arsenal have possession. Aubameyang on the near side, the left-hand side. Maitland-Niles goes in. No foul. Here's Saka. Chip forward, and now the ball has been lost. Adama Traore is just gone out the game a little bit. That's better. No, he ran into traffic. In fact, he was tripped there. And has won his team a free kick. Danny Cabello saying, that's not a foul, ref, come on. But it's a free kick to Wolves. You have to get on with it now. 81 minutes gone. 9 minutes to play. Can Wolves find an equaliser? It's been a good game of football. Wolves have tried to play their part, but Arsenal have been very stout so far in defence. I say stout. It's the stoutest I've ever seen them defend one of their troubles this season. Oh dear. It's not going Wolves' way tonight. Willie Bolly letting that go. Could prove to be a mistake. Just hasn't been their night really when you weigh up the pros and the cons. Been a very disappointing night for them. As we see a substitution being made. 2 more substitutions, number 11. Well, we're going to see Alex Lacazette, of course. Cabellos is going off. Lacazette. There's certainly one that's going on, and Lacazette on, and also Torreira is on, number 11. I didn't know I haven't got him written down on my notes, but it doesn't really matter. Man of the match vote, you've got about 7.5 minutes to make a vote. Name of the player, please, and JBMOTM for your hashtag. I thought that had gone out for Maitland-Niles. It obviously hadn't, and Traore's won the ball back and has won a throw-in. Aubameyang doing some good work there, and Keita's gone off for Lacazette. And we believe it's Torreira for Maitland-Niles, for Cabellos. So Arsenal using their third and fourth substitutions. They've got one left out of the 5 permitted, as they look to try and close off this 1-0 victory here. The ball threaded through. That's nicely done. Now Jota in possession. Can Wolves produce a late show and get themselves at least a point from what could be a disappointing day so far for them? Be a setback for Nuno Espirito's side as they look to try and get themselves back in contention for the Champions League spots now. Meanwhile, I'm trying to deal with a moth. Conor Cody's got himself a booking. There was a foul here on Lacazette from behind. Professional foul. I think Conor Cody knew exactly what he was doing there. He clearly pushes Lacazette on the halfway line, and Michael Ober was, I have to say, correct in doing that, giving that decision against Conor Cody and booking the Wolves captain in the process. Just a little bit of frustration from the old gold at the moment as Arsenal to try and hang on to this 1-goal lead as David Luiz takes the free kick towards the back post. It's a professional performance thus far from Arsenal. Can they make the game safe? Lacazette was lurking inside the penalty area, hooked away by Wolves. And here comes Joe Willock, and he's and a good challenge again. Still Arsenal holding on to what they've got. 5.5 minutes to go. At the moment, Saka winning the man of the match vote. Just a 1 vote from Russ Vernon. Winning the day there. But it's been a very dogged performance from Arsenal. Very used to playing very open. We've seen that a few times. But it looks as if Arsenal, unless they give themselves just cause to chuck it away in the dying seconds of the match, in the dying minutes of the match. And here they come again. Look at this second. And it's Lacazette. It's on the penalty area. It's in off the post. And Alexander Lacazette has settled surely the game. 4.5 minutes to go. And Arsenal get a crucial victory surely now at Molineux against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And what a fillip that is. It was, and not many teams come to Wolves and win by a clear 2-goal lead. It's a difficult place to come, Wolves, but Arsenal have got the breaks at the right time. And Lacazette, what a substitution this from Mikel Arteta. Ball played in by Willock from the far side. It was a wonderful run. There's the cross, and what a good piece of play that is to get it away from the defender, Saiss. Good football this from Willock. Poor defending really. In fact, it was Conor Cody he took the ball away from, and was an early finish into the bottom left-hand corner. And cue scenes of jubilation on the Arsenal bench below me. It was a good performance, a good team performance this from Arsenal. Not many times we can actually say that, because usually Arsenal play very, very erratically as a team, but it's actually been a fantastic team performance, and they've all played a very good part in what could be a very crucial victory, and it could get even better. Aubameyang's now going forward, and look at this now. Willock now could make it 3, and it's off the line. It should have been 3 for Arsenal. Neves got back on the line there and denied Neves a third Arsenal goal. Wolves being pulled apart here. The flag stayed down. Wolves all over the place at the back. The goalkeeper beaten, but well done Neves getting back on the line and hooking it away. Should have been 3-0 to Arsenal there. No doubt about it. 3 minutes to go. Saka still winning our man in the match vote. 2.5 minutes to try and change that. Name of your player and JB MLTM, please. In the comment section, if you wouldn't mind. It's going to be a corner. Torreira is about to take it. Now, has he touched... Well, what's happened here? Is the referee booking in for time wasting? I think he's booked in for time wasting. Anyway, it's Torreira now. He goes down. Referee fucks at it. No penalty. Did look as if he was shoved, in fairness. Maitland-Niles takes it to the corner flag. No panic from Arsenal at the moment, and Maitland-Niles has done magnificently well, and he's won the throw-in right down there as well. Good play. You've got to say, Arsenal have played magnificently today. Good performance, good team performance. They've really done what they've needed to do. It's been a professional performance by the Gunners. We're going to see another change there. Martinho hasn't affected things that he would have liked. I suppose it happens from time to time. So we're going to the last 90 seconds of normal time here at Molineux. And we're going to see, I think it's Morgan Gibbs-White who's come on. We'll get that confirmed in just a second. It's an Arsenal corner, and there'll be no hurry to take it. Short to Aubameyang. Oh, he's done well. He's done magnificently well to the ball, and he's kept that in magnificently well, and he's won a corner. Bit lucky perhaps, but I think he deserved his luck a little bit there, Aubameyang, because he was a good purposeful run, kept the ball in to his credit. The ball did not cross the line at any time when he kept cutting from the left-hand side. It was a magnificent little run, and Arsenal now ending the game in real style here. Again, short to Aubameyang. And this time he can't keep that in. And this time it will be a Wolves goal kick. Now 30 seconds to go. You've 30 seconds to make a man of the match vote. JBMLTM with the hashtag in the name of your player. 30 seconds we close the vote. At the moment it's Saka winning for Arsenal. Our man of the match award, our supplementary award. 20 seconds for your man of the match votes. Don't forget to hashtag it as well. 2-0 to Arsenal. Been a very comfortable performance in the end. Wolves puffed and puffed, but they haven't been able to find the necessary conviction to finish this game off and get themselves back in the hunt. We've played the 90 minutes, and that's the end of the man of the match vote. And I'm pleased to tell you that Saka is the award winner of the man of the match. So he wins our man of the match award. Saka is our man of the match. And we've got 5 added minutes at the end of the second half. Probably due to the fact that we've had a drinks break and one or two other bits. Saka's been penalised, so a free kick now as we play the first minute of 5. At the end of a good performance this from Arsenal. Still a little bit of time left for Wolves to try and put a little bit of doubt into Arsenal's mind. Now, what can Jimenez do here? On the right-hand channel, he goes down. It's a foul. Konashniak was a little bit clumsy there. It's got to be said. Now, Wolves have to strike, and well, they've got to strike now if they're going to get anything from this game. Can Neto bring in a good performance now? Can he just get that one good ball in there that could cause a little bit of havoc in that Arsenal defence? Just cause a little bit of doubt if they can. That's a poor free kick from the right-hand side by Neto. It was a poor free kick. It really was. Really terrible. Traore's not had his best game by far. That is for sure. I've seen him have better. Here's Lacazette who's got the second goal. And here come Wolves again. They've won the ball back in fairness to them. Neto. Going to be a rare off night for Wolves. We've seen them have plenty of good nights here on the JB Sports channel over the last 18 months or so. But this is not one of the more better performances that we've seen. We've played nearly 2 minutes of the 5. Time rapidly running out for Wolves now. To get a goal even, let alone get a 2 and a point. You have to say, Arteta's got his tactics spot on today. Wolves was always going to be a tricky test, whatever the situation, but, well, it's a bad day at the office for Nuno Espirito Santo. There's no doubt about that. Still got games to come. They've got a tough one in a week and a half's time on BBC television against Burnley, which is going to be a tough one. That is for sure. Burnley on a good run, having beaten Palace. Clark's on a good run, having beaten Palace and Watford in consecutive games. We've got Sheffield United at the turf tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow lunchtime. As Lacazette goes forward again, trying to chase the lost causes are true. But they've had a good. It's been an excellent performance, and one thing I think we can take heart from is that for Wolves is that the season's far from finished. They've still got a long way to go. Maybe they're always going to have a bad performance every so often, but this is sometimes it just works that way. Here's Aubameyang now. We've got about less than 2 minutes of the 5 to go, and well, it's been a blast bringing you live. We'll be going off the air in about 3 or 4 minutes from now. And Arsenal have brought about a really good professional victory, one has to say. Tremendous performance by them, and I think it's been very, very good. It's Espirito Santo just casually throws the ball back into touch. Two managers very casually attired for the occasion. No suit and tie job. But it's been a good performance from Arsenal tonight. They've really done the job what they've needed to do. They've looked very good. They've looked very comfortable in possession of the ball. And the one thing they haven't done, like they would have done in another game and in any other game, is panicked. They haven't panicked one jot, and their team performance has been first rate. If they could put that on a more consistent basis, I think they've been Champions League running every season, if not challenging for the league title. They have got the qualities and the capabilities, and they're capable of so much more than what their form suggests. Just don't put it together on a consistent enough basis. 30 seconds of stoppage time left to play. Saka's got the man in the match, and I hope you've enjoyed the commentary here tonight. Don't forget, we've got some virtual football on JB Sports. We've got the third round highlights of the FA Cup, our virtual FA Cup. That's been premiered in about an hour's time, so don't forget to join me for that. Also, Travel Sports will be back with the virtual Euro 2020 when we've got the final batch of group games and some great matches coming up involving Wales, England and Scotland, of course. And there goes the whistle for the end of the game. And both managers fist bump, and I would have said shake hands, but they don't do that because of the social distancing. So Wolves staying 6 on 52 points. Arsenal move up a place to 7th. They go up to 49 points. And it was goals by Saka and Lacazette. Sheffield United now dropped to 8th position, and that race for Europe now is getting all so tight. But that's a big blow for Wolves, who stay 3 points behind Manchester United in the race for 4th spot. Still could get in the Champions League spot by winning either the Europa League or finishing 5th, considering all depending on the Court of Arbitration's decision on the Manchester City saga. But a good win there for Arsenal. They look very, very comfortable, and they've looked very, very good. And of course there's some more games coming up tomorrow. Burnley, Sheffield United, Newcastle, West Ham, Liverpool, Villa, Southampton, Manchester City. They're all tomorrow afternoon. We won't be bringing you any of those matches, I'm afraid, because I'm back on the day job tomorrow. Would have been lovely to have brought you Burnley, Sheffield United, but that's just the way it is. But it's been a really good performance today by Arsenal. There's still Chelsea again to come later on as well. And that's going to be a good game against Watford. Watford really needing a result there, Nigel Pearson's men. But it's a great result here away in Wolverhampton for the Arsenal. 2-0 winners over Wolves. If you have enjoyed the commentary, thank you very much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, please. We always love it when you leave a like, of course. We love it even more if you would subscribe to the channel and also hit the notifications as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back next week with hopefully another couple of commentaries for you from the Premier League. But from you on a great night for Arsenal, a very, very off night for us, but a very professional performance from Arteta's Arsenal. We've got everything right tactically. Have a fantastic Saturday night and enjoy yourself, and above all, folks, stay safe. For me, JB, up in here at Molyneux. It's good night. Good night.